any girl that's out here, let me tell you something, that's dealing with domestic violence, cut it short.
In a new relationship, everything is wonderful and problem-free, but as time passes, things start to change. As issues arise and one spouse reveals their actual nature, the couple may choose to break up. Like many tragic love stories, this one ends with Jania's death at the hands of a man she had just recently started dating, leaving her children motherless. Before we begin this video, we would like to express our deepest sympathies to the family and friends who were severely affected by this horrible crime. We would also like to send condolences to Jania's family and friends. Today's case takes us to Peoria. Peoria is a city located in the state of Illinois, in the central part of the state along the Illinois River. The city has a population of around 110,000 residents, making it one of the largest cities in Illinois. Peoria is known for its rich industrial and manufacturing history, particularly as the longtime headquarters of Caterpillar Incorporated, one of the world's largest construction and mining equipment manufacturers. The city has a strong legacy in heavy industry, but in recent years, it has also diversified its economy to include healthcare, education, and technology. Jania was born on March 27, 1997, in Peoria, Illinois, to love Hobbs and Orlando Alexander. Jania had a lovely spirit and lived her life to the fullest. She was schooled in Decatur Public Schools and attended MacArthur High School in Decatur, Illinois. She was employed by Reflections Memory Care in Morton, Illinois. Jania was so full of life and used her energy helping those who could not help themselves. She loved to dance and have fun. She had a smile that lit up the whole room and a heart of gold. But most of all, she loved and valued being a mother to her children, Travion Dante Hightower King Woods and Samaj Dior Dozier.
Good night, Marge.
Good night.
Good night, Marge.
Good night, Mom.
Love you.
Love you.
Let me taste.
Hobbs used her determination to pursue her goals even though she was aware of her flaws, likening them to a rose blossoming in concrete. Every time they hugged, according to her mother, she had sparks in her eyes. She talked about how her daughter helped her realize her value. Hobbs was developing. She was reaching her objectives on a daily basis. She was noticeable, and something changed each time she walked into the room. The depressed turned happy. The mournful found solace. The misunderstood was clarified. She perceived the imperceptible. She had a great time, was the life of the party, and led a happy, fulfilled life.
So whatever the hell was in my cup, my reaction I did was got more popular, more successful. There are a lot more things that I've ever done. I probably should pick that cup back up. I'm sitting looking at.
Hobbs started dating Tahir Goodman, 28, around October 2021. Tahir was from Peoria and attended Manual High School. Goodman depicted himself as a decent individual, describing how he was there for his mother when she couldn't afford to pay some of her bills, and how delighted he was to be able to be there for a woman who had been there for him his entire life.
That's 366.
That's for the Circle Bell?
Yeah.
Oh.
You can count it if you want to.
Oh, okay.
Make sure that's everything.
Oh my God. I'm shaking.
He also recorded one of the saddest times in his life when he streamed a live video in April 2021 showing his vehicle having been struck by a brick, breaking the windows. Although we don't know who is to blame, he is heard on a video referring to a she, who might be an ex-girlfriend or simply a lady with whom he had issues. We don't know what prompted the lady to act that way, but he did say in the video that he had an order of protection against her. We're not sure how they resolved the matter.
You overly mad, ain't you? Overly hurt. So bad ass. She overly hurt, bro. She overly hurt. That's how she coming. I swear to God, but motherfucker be saying I'm hating, I'm mad, I'm broke. You can't call me broke and you steady doing broke ass shit. You can't say I'm broke and you do broke shit. This broke, you've been doing this for 2-3 days now.
Hobbs' mother claimed that although he had never seen Goodman face-to-face, she would occasionally see him on FaceTime with her daughter. Hobbs and Goodman were still in the early phases of their relationship. We do not know how long they had known each other. They soon started having problems that everyone assumed they could fix with ease. Firefighters were called to the scene at 5:09 a.m. Wednesday, December 1, 2021, and found fire and heavy black smoke on the first floor of the home. Harwood's office was called around 5:45 a.m. to the blaze, where firefighters pulled a body from the home that was burned beyond recognition and obviously deceased, the coroner said. Dental records were used to identify Hobbs. Peoria firefighters sought help from the Office of the State Fire Marshal to determine the cause of the fire. Investigators there used a K-9 team to detect an accelerant, which helped confirm the fire was arson, according to a fire department news release. Following an inquiry, Goodman was taken into custody in relation to the death of a 24-year-old woman who was discovered dead following a fire. Police in Peoria detained 28-year-old Tahir Goodman on charges of first-degree murder and aggravated arson in relation to Jania Hobbs' death. Despite her severely charred body, authorities determined she died of strangling prior to the fire, and Goodman was charged with her death. Goodman revealed to police that he had a relationship and argued with a 24-year-old. Goodman, 28, claimed that he and Jania Hobbs wrestled at her home that night, and something happened to her neck during the altercation. He was charged with 2 charges of first-degree murder and 1 count of aggravated arson for the fire at Hobbs' home at 1021 East Virginia Avenue. His bail was set at $2 million.
First tonight, a farewell to a young Peoria mother. Good evening and thanks for watching. I'm Mark Welp. Shelby Roberts has the night off. Loved ones of 24-year-old Jania Hobbs remembered her with a candlelight vigil this evening. Police say she was strangled and her home set on fire Wednesday morning. Our Durante Matthews was at the vigil and joins us live in studio to show us how those who knew her best are mourning her loss and honoring her life. Durante.
And Mark, it was an emotional day for all who came out, filled with tears, hugs, and hard goodbyes for Jania Hobbs. Her loved ones told us she was someone who'd help anyone in need, and she was taken too soon. Dozens of purple and silver balloons gliding off into the fading Peoria night sky, each one soaring in remembrance of 24-year-old Jania Hobbs, who police say was killed Wednesday morning.
She was my best friend, my everything, my sweetheart.
Love Marie Hobbs is Jania's mother. She says the only thing keeping her going forward is the memories of her daughter.
But it's always the good ones, not saying good as in behavior, but the hearts of those that die young.
A packed vigil filled with loved ones came out Friday night to grieve and say goodbye.
She in a better place. She in a better place. I'm gonna miss my family. This is not right.
28-year-old Tahir Goodman, who family members say was Jania's boyfriend, now sits in the Peoria County Jail in connection with her death. He's accused of strangling her and torching her house with her still inside. Hobbs says she never met Goodman in person, only through FaceTime, and says she never knew there were problems between the two.
I never saw any signs or anything, and whatever it was, if it was anything, she kept it from me.
In addition to prison time, she says she wants him to get better.
I hope that he gets the time that's needed for him, and I also hope that he gets help.
Hobbs says her daughter leaves behind 2 sons, and now she's offering advice to women who may find themselves in similar situations.
And for any girl that's out here, let me tell you something, that's dealing with domestic violence, cut it short.
And family members say there's also a GoFundMe set up to help lay Jania to rest. You can find that link over on our website, ciproud.com.
When questioned, Goodman stated that he had left Hobbs' home at 4 a.m. the morning she was discovered dead in order to leave early and collect public aid. However, Goodman's phone records, which were obtained by authorities, revealed a different story. According to the data, Goodman remained at Hobbs' house until 5:03 a.m., 3 minutes before the house caught fire. As witnessed by a neighbor's security camera, according to phone records, Goodman walked to a gas station 2 streets away from Hobbs' house just after 5 a.m. and called an Uber to pick him up. The night before she was killed, at 10 p.m., one of Hobbs's co-workers gave her permission to use her cell phone to make a call. She informed the cops that Hobbs was having a money argument over the phone with a man. That call's number was matched to Goodman's by the police. After an argument in her home, Hobbs came at him, according to Goodman, who told police they struggled for 30 to 45 minutes. He claimed to officers he had to hold her down and put his forearm on her neck during the argument. Additionally, Goodman reported to the police that Hobbs was breathing heavily and gasping for air, but she was able to stand and walk to her bedroom. An autopsy by the Peoria County Coroner's Office determined Hobbs died of strangulation before the fire. He also noted Goodman had a pending domestic battery charge and had previously served a federal prison sentence. Court records indicate that the pending domestic charge did not involve Hobbs. Tahir Goodman was sentenced to 59 years in prison for strangulation and then setting his girlfriend's house on fire. Goodman, 30, was found guilty of aggravated arson and first-degree murder in the death of Jania Hobbs, who was discovered in her burnt bedroom, after a Peoria County jury deliberated for around 90 minutes. We hope that the sentencing provides the family some closure. May the memories they enjoyed with Hobbs help them overcome her untimely death. If you would like to stay updated with this type of content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the following video.